Good to be here.
The gubernatorial election is more than a year away, but in just a few months, Ohio voters will be asked to decide issue 2. Many find it confusing. Last week, we heard from the leader of the pro-issue 2 side, who claim it will bring down the cost of prescription drugs. Today, a very different claim from Dale Butland, the spokesman for the group opposing issue 2. We heard last week on this program from the pro-issue 2 side, and they're saying that you are not being transparent about who's giving money to this campaign.
Yeah, you know, Colleen, this is politics as usual. We've said from the very beginning, in fact, we have it on our website, that the campaign is being mostly paid for by the pharmaceutical industry. Pharma, which is the trade association, gave us all the money. Their members' names are prominently listed on their website. The truth is, we have a coalition of almost 70 statewide organizations, including over 30,000 Ohio doctors, nurses, pharmacists, hospitals, veterans, the business community, organized labor, you name it. But those organizations don't have the kind of money that this campaign is going to cost lying around in their organizational checkbooks.
You can understand, too, Ohio voters, when they hear an issue that's called the issue that's going to save people money on pharmaceuticals, and the anti-program is being funded by the pharmaceutical industry, it looks a little hinky.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, nobody believes in affordable prescription drugs more than I do. I've spent a good part of my adult life in that fight, including 15 years ago in the ballot initiative that resulted in the creation of Ohio's Best RX discount card. So I've been involved in this, but the reason I'm on the no side this year is the same reason that every expert who has studied this, 3 former Medicaid directors who served under both Democratic and Republican governors, all the doctors, the nurses who see this every day, they've all come to the same conclusion. This deceptive ballot initiative will not fix the problem of affordable prescription drugs or do what it promises.
If it's mandated that the VA gets a certain discount in drug prices, why not have that mandate for the rest of consumers, which is what they say this issue will do?
First off, that VA mandated discount was supposed to be for veterans in honor of their service and their sacrifice. It was never intended to be for everybody. But here's the point. The other side wants you to believe that while the VA gets this 24% mandated discount, the state of Ohio is paying full price. Colleen, it's simply not true. Medicaid, which accounts for 75% of the drugs the state of Ohio buys, gets a 23% federally mandated discount. The VA is 24, Medicaid is 23. Plus, in addition to that, the state of Ohio negotiates additional discounts and rebates. The bottom line being, we're already paying pretty close to the VA price for most of the drugs we buy.
We are out of time, but quickly, why would this make drug prices go up?
Well, first off, 2/3 of Ohioans are not even included in this. This only applies to drugs purchased by the state of Ohio, but 7 million Ohioans, 64% of our population, don't get their drugs through state programs. They get it through private insurance. Maybe they're on Medicare if they're older. That's a national program. It's not a state.
And your point is to make up for the discounts that drug companies would just raise prices for everybody else.
Well, that is certainly part of it, but the other part of it, Colleen, and this is what the Medicaid directors say, if you could somehow force the drug companies to sell at that price, which you can't, a ballot initiative can only limit what the state pays. It can't, it can't require a manufacturer to sell at that price. But even if you could, those voluntary discounts, if they go away, that's going to increase what Ohio pays by tens of millions of dollars a year, and that's bad news for taxpayers.
We thank you so much for being with us, Dale.
My pleasure.
The president is promising